I wanted to do a quick video here about taper pins and wing attach fittings on the Ultracruiser or the H5. I've got an Ultracruiser wing setting here ready to go on the airplane that we just finished up. So before we do that, before we install the wings, I'm not going to go into scratch building, drilling and tapering the holes for the wing attach spars, but just for that general information, it's a Brown & Sharp number 3 taper reamer that is the proper reamer for the AN386 taper pins. Because we do so many, I've developed this tool just with a stop on it, so when we get it set up, we assemble the outer panel or outer spar and the center spar, shut the dihedral, get everything ready to go, and then we drill a pilot hole of whatever, 1/4 inch. And then when we go to ream it, I've got this set up with a stop so that we can duplicate that each time. It's very critical that it's reamed properly, because you've got to, when this taper pin's installed and it seats into the fittings, that shoulder should be flush to 1/16 of an inch sticking through, because this cup washer has got about 1/8 of an inch relief in it. So when that goes on, you don't want the cup washer to bottom against the taper pin, but you also want full engagement, so the shoulder should be at least flush with the fitting, with the material. So that's why that's kind of critical. So how it applies to the Ultracruiser, we modify these taper pins, which makes sense to you in a minute here, but it's a standard 386 taper pin that we cut and thread the back edge for a removal tool or removal system. Once the pin's installed and seated and you fly it around for a while, it's going to want to really stick. You can tap this out. I've made tools to squeeze them out. This is the answer. It's worked really well. So when the taper pin's installed, as it would be here, you can see that it's just barely clearing that fitting there. So if it's installed and you want to remove it, we just slide this spacer on over that shoulder and then put the nut on, tighten it down, pops it loose, comes out real easy. Without that, something like that, it's really sometimes difficult. We do use anti-seize on these fittings. Just wipe a little bit on the center section spar, not much, just so there's a film on it is all it takes. Same thing on the taper pin, just a film before you install them. I'd always advise people to install them with the hole, keep that in mind when you put them in, that the safety cotter pin hole is sticking up, just for ease of installation. If you're removing the wings a lot, these little clips, I don't know the number of them, but they can be used instead of cotter pins for ease of removal. But as I said, the real critical thing is that that shoulder is just sticking through. The cup washer is not bottomed out. And when you tighten these, it's 15 ounces of torque. It's like nothing. It's like finger tight and go to the next hole to get the cotter pin in. It really, once that's seated, it's as tight as it needs to be so that all the surfaces are mating and you're done. You can continue to torque with not much torque and you'll pull that taper pin out, and well, what'll happen is it'll bottom in the cup washer and then the whole thing will spin. If that happens, give us a call. We'll see how bad it is. If you over ream this too deep, you can also make a similar washer on the backside to incorporate the cup washer. You know, if you over ream this and it sticks through here 1/4 inch, that's not the end of the world. It's just you have to have some washer or spacer bushing on there so that that shoulder sticks past the minimum amount. Then the cup washer goes on and you're back in business. So a little bit about taper pins. If you got any questions, certainly give Hummel Aircraft a call.